Hey everyone, happy Good Friday. We're having an awesome day here at work. I hope anyone who's off is having a great day too. I'm going to jump into some announcements just to get us going to wrap this week up and head into the next week. So a few notes on some inventory things. If you are using multiples of any item that you're deducting out of inventory, make sure you take multiples out. So a great example of this would be if you are running your urinalysis and you end up having to use 2 sticks instead of 1 urine strip. Remember to take 2 out because it automatically deducts 1, and I think sometimes we're forgetting on the second, and that's what caused us last week to run out of the urine strips. Same thing for rotors, same thing for any kind of standard injectable. Sometimes things happen, we make mistakes, or there's problems with a product or an item that we use, and we get so spoiled by the default 1 deduction that happens when we charge for an item that we forget to go and change that if we used more than what was standard. Catheters are another example. I could go on. I think you get it, but I think we sometimes forget when we use more than 1. So just make sure that you really self-correct, help others remember if they need a little prompting to get that done. Also, in the way of inventory, something that has been kind of becoming the new norm, but it's not good, is the deducting patient in hospital used food out of the hospital use record, if that makes sense. So if we have a patient hospitalized and they're getting a particular canned food or something other than the standard dry EN, then they need to be charged for the things that they use, just as if you were going to sell it and send it home to prescribe an owner to do that same action. So if you give a hospitalized patient a can of EN, you take it off the shelf, you charge them for that can, you open it and give it. If you don't give the whole thing, you can put a label with their name on it, refrigerate it, and give the rest at the next feeding. But if you open something new for a particular patient, they need to be charged for it in their particular record. That does not come out of hospital use. So make sure that you get that and you can maintain that way. Additionally, we're having challenges again with cut pills ending up back in inventory. There's a reason that there's a rule against this. It is just such a huge money waster because we don't inventory cut pills, and I don't know how you would deduct for these halves or thirds or sometimes even eighths. It's just a huge mess. So here's the rule to remind you again. We sell tablets, pills, capsules as wholes, and then it's up to the owner to break those apart. As a courtesy, we offer to cut them for them so that we can be the most accurate and ensure that the patient gets the right amount. And then there are some people who just physically can't do that like we can. So we're happy to do that. But once we do, they own those tablets. They can't be returned. They can't be entered back into inventory. We can't confidently resell those items knowing that maybe the dosing isn't correct in the future. So that's a final sale. Those things have to go. So don't cut those until we know for sure that someone's leaving for those. And then for hospitalized patients, again, if the treatment plan changes for that patient and you're no longer going to use those tablets that you've dispensed and cut, I'm sorry for that, but those people now own those things. You can send them home. They can choose to decline, but we can't put them back into inventory, and therefore we can't refund them for that. So just make sure that you get that. A recent example this week, Dawn came into work one day and she found some of the DoxyFlex tabs cut into eighths on her desk, meaning that somebody wanted to go ahead and re-enter those into inventory and have her do that. There's literally nothing that she can do with that. So we're taking a loss on those very expensive tablets. We just can't afford to do that. So please make sure that you follow the rules on that. If you have questions or concerns or you have a situation that you think supersedes that rule, we'd be happy to hear about it. And there may be exceptions to it, but you can't make those decisions on your own. You got to talk to Dawn about that. In her absence, Melinda or I could serve there and we'll help you through it. But don't make a regular habit out of it. Also, considering our facility, this is facility-wide. I know that we're a busy practice. We work 24/7. Everybody knows that. But I'm finding that we're not taking the time like we used to really take care of our facility and keep it clean and maintained. I mentioned something at rounds this morning. We had team members who lined up for rounds as early as 10 minutes early. Some were 3, some were 5. It doesn't matter how much time we were investing, but we were investing time and money into standing there, and that's just not a good practice, especially considering that our facility needs the care that it does. Sometimes it only does take 3 minutes to clean something or to restock another thing. So we have to make sure that we use every minute wisely. It's really expensive to run and care for our facility. As you well know, we don't have a janitor service, so we have to be really prompt and on time with those tasks and actions. And I find that the early morning hour when people are just getting here and we can't quite dive into patient care, this goes for the hospital or the resort, that those are a good few minutes to go ahead and invest. Check the bathroom, check the trash, look at the break room, all the exam rooms, make sure that you straighten rugs or doormats, and check the laundry. All those little 1-minute tasks really do save time through the day, and they have to be happening to take care of our facility. So make sure that you give that all the attention that you can, and I will continue to help remind and direct that. Another something for the hospital, the treatment room specifically, is we've been finding a lot of patients who are on fluids who maybe are discontinued for a portion of time or permanently, and we're leaving the fluid bags hanging with uncapped lines, and that is not good. It's a huge infectious risk for a patient. It's a waste of those materials. It removes the sterility from it, so you have to cap those. We actually buy caps for them. They're white or blue. There's really no difference. It's just a manufacturer difference. They're available all through the treatment room. You have to cap those lines. Today, Danielle went through. She found 5 uncapped lines for this week. So that's a lot of patients at risk, and it's a lot of wasted material. So get good at capping those. No exceptions. In exciting news, I wanted to share that we have a transfer channel in Slack now. And so these are patients that are transferred from doctor to doctor at shift change in the morning and in the evening and on the weekends and so on. And so what the doctors are going to use this for is they're actually going to take videos of each other transferring the patients. And I love the idea of it being in Slack because really anybody can subscribe and watch it. Nurses, treatment room nurses, you can get quick updates to remember something to share to an owner at maybe an update by phone or anything else like that. You can know quickly who's transferring, what's going on, and what the plan for that case is. So transfer channel in Slack, take a look at it. Yesterday we posted a bunch of goofy videos while we were learning to use it and didn't take them down, so you can enjoy those too. But we hope to start using some real cases in there today. So stay tuned for that. Last but not least, I wanted to share who our Employee of the Month for the month of April. This was praise and action that was taken in the month of March. This person, really, really incredible. Just completely supported by core values. And then the most votes and kind of likes or hearts or smiley faces, thumbs up, waving hands, everything to vote for this person, and that's Mikkel. So congratulations, Mikkel. Beginning of the month, so next Monday, you can start parking in your parking spot, and I've got a special prize for you, and just incredible work to earn that praise. We are so proud of you. Make sure that you go and look in the Slack channel and the general channel so that you can read about what Mikkel has achieved for herself and for our practice and our patients if you haven't gotten to see it yet. That's all that I have. I hope everybody has a great weekend and a happy Easter, and we'll see you back here next week.